Hello, my name is Keisha Butler, an attorney in Maynard Nexon's Labor and Employment Group. I focus my practice on providing legal advice to businesses on employee-related matters, including trends and changes in federal and state laws that may affect our clients, such as changes in administrations. Given the President's control over the executive branch of the federal government, including the Department of Labor and National Labor Relations Board, the upcoming change in the Oval Office will bring acute change to federal labor law that employers should be aware of. The incoming Trump administration will undoubtedly seek changes at the EEOC, though the most significant changes may be delayed until 2026 as current commission members complete their terms. The new administration will likely take a more conservative stance on diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives, and revise or even reverse Biden-era policies and priorities aimed at strengthening protections for LGBTQ+ and pregnant workers. To start, we can expect that the Trump administration will challenge employer DEI practices. Additionally, recent Supreme Court decisions, including those on affirmative action, could signal a renewed focus on how federal agencies interpret civil rights and anti-discrimination laws. Similarly, a more conservative Supreme Court is likely to align with a more conservative EEOC when interpreting anti-discrimination statutes. The Trump administration may attempt to roll back protections for LGBTQ+ workers. Earlier this year, the EEOC revised its workplace harassment guidelines for the first time since 1999, broadening its definition of sex-based discrimination to include actions such as the repeated and intentional use of a name or pronoun inconsistent with the individual's known gender identity, or denying an individual access to a bathroom consistent with their gender identity. A more conservative EEOC may revert these guidelines back to the 1999 standards. Employers should expect significant changes at the Department of Labor during a second Trump administration. We predict that the DOL will prioritize more employer-friendly policies while rolling back Biden-era regulations and recommendations. For example, the incoming Trump administration will likely make it easier to reclassify workers as independent contractors. Shortly before President Biden was inaugurated, then President Trump's DOL finalized easing the necessary requirements to classify workers as independent contractors. However, the Biden administration never implemented the rule. President Trump's DOL will likely reinstate the proposed rule and make it easier for employers to classify workers as independent contractors. President-elect Trump has also consistently vowed to reinstate Schedule F, a 2020 executive order that would reclassify thousands of federal workers as at-will employees. If implemented, there is speculation that a reclassification would result in a significant reduction in staff at the DOL and other federal agencies. Significant reductions in agency staff could have sweeping implications for regulatory or enforcement actions and priorities across the board. Non-compete agreements, which prevent workers from taking a job at a competing business or starting one of their own, were not a particularly hot topic in the presidential race. Thus, it seems unlikely that the incoming Trump administration will make this issue a priority. Currently, the FTC rule prohibiting non-competes remains ensnared in litigation. However, based on the Trump campaign's position regarding restrictive covenants, it is unlikely that the Trump administration will seek to defend the rule in court. The lead proponent of the rule, FTC Chairman Shari Lena Khan, will most certainly be replaced with someone the Trump administration deems more business-friendly, and the new chairperson will likely cause the Department of Justice to abandon its defense of the rule. If that occurs, the rule will be null and void, and there would no longer be any federal ban on restrictive covenants. Maynard Nexon's Labor and Employment Group stands ready to assist employers with preparing for and responding to changes in federal or state labor laws. If you would like any additional information on the topics discussed today or have questions, please contact us.